Do you like crack good enough to break your mama back? Do you want pussy? If so, leave a sub. Word around the street is if you subscribe, all the females want you. Before getting into the video though, this is my 4th of July story, so let me know in the comments how yours went. If you watch to the end, you'll see that mine was pretty insane, so make sure you watch to the end. Other than that, grab your blunts, grab your snacks, and let's get straight into this video. The story happens to take place yesterday. I had slept through most of 4th of July, so I had woken up around 2 o'clock in my friend Chris's crib. So a bunch of missed phone calls and texts from my mom asking where I was, because the night before I had told her I was gonna come to this family gathering, but as you can see I overslept. That was just a great way to start off my day. I ended up calling her back to let her know that I was by Chris's and I overslept. My mom's pretty chill, so she was cool with it, and I went back to sleep. Eventually I wake back up and I see Chris is up at this point. We have nothing planned, so Chris asked me what I wanted to do today, and honestly I had no clue. I usually just go with the flow and see what happens throughout the day. So about an hour passes by and Chris gets his call from this girl. For the sake of the story, let's call her Ella. Ella's this girl Chris has been talking to, who seems to be Chris's little side piece slash girlfriend on the side. When Chris picks up this call, we see that she's hanging out with one of our gay homies who we're gonna call Don. Don gets on the phone and he lets us know what's up, and we ask him and Ella if we could slide through. They let us know that we could come over, so me and Chris grab our skateboards and get nice and dressed and presentable for the public eye, and we ask them for the address and they drop a pin. We let his mom know we're leaving, and we skate our dumb asses in the hot sun down this long highway because Chris stays at this little house a little bit outside of the town. After this, we're like halfway there and I'm dripping in sweat because I low-key wear a jacket every day, whether it be spring, winter, or even summer. We finally reach our destination, which was remote. It wasn't remotely as far as I thought it was gonna be, because I really thought it was gonna be like a 10-minute 20-minute skate ride, bro, because I've done shit like that before. And we pulling up to the house, right, and I'm thinking to myself, this shit cannot be it. The house looked like that one house off like Monster's house with the redhead bitch. This house looks sketchy as hell. So we call up Ella and ask her if it's the right house, because I'm looking and she tells us it is. I had already saw these fat ass kids swimming in this little baby pool that should be for babies, but they're acting like that junk is ready to eat for everybody. So Ella comes outside with this other blonde-headed chick, but Don is nowhere in sight. So we walk in his house. It smelled like donkey toes and piss. I'm already frustrated. The girls walk us into their room, and I thought it was gonna get a little bit better, but nah. It still smelled like Bigfoot takes pisses up in that joint. So at this point, I'm just standing there with my skateboard still in sight in case I need a whack-a-hole, just being antisocial as always. And then this old dude walks in to see who the hell is in his house, and I'm thinking he finna pull out a gun or something and shoot me because I'm black. Instead of pulling out the 9, he just shakes my hand. Out of my time living, this is one of the coolest people I have ever met in a long time. He had the black fingernail polish on and everything. He was looking pretty sick for an old man. Then out of nowhere, this white woman comes out talking about why is there a black boy and another boy in my house. I really wanted to flash on her, but I was trying to be respectful. She lucky I ain't taking my skateboard and bash her violently in the head. I digress. After they leave the room, the girls lead us to the living room to show us around the place. And as I'm getting into the living room, I'm thinking maybe I'll see Don now, but no. I get into the living room. I see a Walmart Rod Wave motherfucker sitting in this living room. You know what's ironic? This nigga listening to Rod Wave. There is not enough seats to sit down. So I plop down my skateboard on the floor and I sit there, and this Rod Wave nigga tell me something. I just laugh, but I end up talking to him. He's a pretty cool dude. I can't even lie. He was pretty chill. He had a pretty cool voice too. Just like Rod Wave. I can't even make this shit up. I was sitting on the floor for a while. Then my nigga Don finally walks in. He makes his presence, and apparently he had left to get a change of clothes for some odd reason. I asked him why the hell there are so many people in here, and he's just as confused as I am. At this point, we're all sitting on the sofa, right? And this big fat white woman walks in with a tight ass bikini on, thinking she's the shit, and she's yelling on some bullshit, talking about some Ella and Don. You know I don't let all these people in my house. First off, bitch, fuck you and your tight ass bikini suit for showing your deformed ass to your children. So basically, she told us to get out, which includes me, Chris, and Don. As I'm walking out the door, I see a roach on the floor. I don't even say nothing, but I really should have fed it to that hoe. We all leave and we're pissed off. So Don, Chris, and I hop on our skateboard, and Don hops on his bike, and we go find some place to chill at. We end up riding to this parking lot where we sit there and we really think about what just happened. Don's going on about how he wants to pop some fireworks and how he has some money for it. He just needs a ride. And Chris is ranting on about how thirsty he is. This left them to come up with one crazy idea that only 3 ADHD failed kids could come up with, to go check out an abandoned sawmill. Now, I've never been to this place, so it was super new to me, nor had I ever done something like this. So we end up skating there. It's not too far from the parking lot. When we get there, it's this old broken down building with windows broken everywhere. And we get inside. I'm nervous as fuck, thinking about how the cops are gonna come into the building collapsing, and everything that could possibly go wrong. Chris is showing me around, and he brings me into this room. We walk in. There is hella raw meat all over the place. I'm nervous as hell because I know Michael Myers has to live up here, waiting for his next victim. Chris leads me to this set of stairs that he tells me a homeless guy might be up there from the last time he was there. And then he goes on about this story, how this homeless dude has his own dojo where he practices kung fu or whatever random fighting style he was going on about. We're climbing to the top of the stairs at this point, and I start to get nervous. It did not look sturdy at all, and I was praying to the Lord. The building was pretty high, so we had to climb up a decent amount of stairs to the point where you could see the whole city. As I'm climbing up, looking out at all the windows, looking to see if we tripped any cameras or if any cops showed up, but they never did, and I never did end up seeing any. We get to the top after me walking slowly, ready to jump out the window if it ended up collapsing, and you could see everything, the whole town, dude. It was pretty amazing. But after that, my ass was ready to go home. I was sprinting down the stairs, remembering I'm in the South and the cops are racist down here. I get closer to the bottom and I hear somebody chasing after me. That just made a nigga run faster. I get to the entrance, and sure enough, it wasn't Michael Myers. It was Chris. I tell him we got a dip, and just as we're about to leave, we see this truck pull off to dump something random in the woods right by the building. Chris and I thought it was a cop, and we were thinking about running. So we freak out because Don is still at the top, and he has no clue what's happening. After a while, we run back inside the building to get Don, but he's already on his way down, and we let him know that this dude possibly called the cops and we need to get the fuck out of there. I skated so hard. I ran so hard you wouldn't even imagine, until we got a decent distance away from the building. After this, we walked and we talked for a little while, until we ended up dabbing up with Don, and we went our separate ways back to Chris's house. The story's getting kind of long, so I think I'm gonna make a part 2 to this video because I don't want it to reach like 20 minutes and y'all have to go through that. But in part 2, the story gets even crazier, and it involves a redneck, a gun, and some girls at 3 in the morning. Other than that, y'all stay safe, y'all have a good day, and this is SenpaiNoah signing off. Peace.